Miami-Dade dashboard shows a slight dip in positive test results over yesterday to 24.7%, but the county's 14-day average remains at 27%, way above the goal of 10% considered safe for reopening the economy. Now, the numbers we just reported on are the reason behind that dire warning from Mayor Francis Suarez.
It's not welcome news to non-essential businesses still trying to recover from the first shutdown. Some don't think they can survive a second. CBS 4's Peter Dench is in Miami with reaction tonight.
Miami Mayor Francis Suarez tells us time is precious. Tomorrow he plans to meet with members of the business community to talk with them about a possible future lockdown.
In the next few weeks, if something is not done to dramatically alter our course, we could be in a more dire situation than what we're in.
That's why Mayor Suarez is seeking input from business leaders.
I also want to stress to them the severity and the seriousness that we find ourselves in.
Because of the high percentage of people testing positive for COVID-19, the city might have to take a big step backwards.
What it'll probably look like is something similar to what it was in March, April. In other words, aside from essential workers, it'll be a stay-at-home order, just like similar to the one that we had.
I asked Suarez what else could prompt such a decision.
If this were to be done, my guess, and again, I don't have all the details because we haven't flushed this out completely, would be to stabilize the hospital system, but we need a long-term plan.
Miami-Dade Mayor Carlos Jimenez does not see the need for a county-wide lockdown right now.
And I was not thinking about that, and still not thinking about that for right now. All options are on the table.
Some non-essential businesses, like the Base Men's Clothing Store in Wynwood, had been forced to shut down before for more than 2 months. Sales associates like Richard Lilavois and Brian Fernandez are discouraged by the thought of another closure.
I'm skeptical because, what happens to us? How do we start over? What are our options? What are, the plans that are going to be implemented for us to be financially secure?
I'm afraid to hear that can become a possibility. It was a tough time the last 2.5 months where we had a lockdown. It's a concern for all of us, our finances and seeing how we're going to make ends meet.
Nearby Aviator Nation sales associate Margaret Suarez says she realizes how serious the situation is.
Unfortunately, a lot of people will most likely be without jobs again, but if you really think about it, the more people are dying, the more people are going to be without jobs, and businesses are going to have to close down because people are going to have to miss work because they have the virus.
Mayor Jimenez also wants a change in law to discourage cities from breaking away from the county during emergencies. Mayor Suarez also says enforcement of the new emergency rules is critical. He says the city has inspected some 40,000 businesses and shut down 10 of them in the past 2 weeks and handed out 5,000 face masks. In Miami, Peter Dench, CBS 4 News.